go and take a walk around the Hypermotard 698. This is a much awaited model here in Malaysia. So here we got the standard version and the RV variant over here. By looking at it, it looks really good. It got the LED lights compared to the Husky and KTM. It still got halogen lights in there. Got 45mm fully adjustable Marzocchi forks in here. It looks a little bigger than what it is there in Husky and KTM. Throughout the video you'll tend to see me comparing this with the Husky and KTM. That's primarily because this is a direct competition to that motorcycle. Now in the front it got 17-inch alloy wheels, and in Husky and KTM this is spoked wheels. The good thing is that it comes with a built-in radiator guard. You can see there is a Monster, no radiator guard. You got a Street Fighter V2, no radiator guard. And even the Multistrada does not come with a radiator guard, but this one has come with a radiator guard. Even though this mesh is a little big, it will still let some rocks chip the radiator, so you probably had to change it to any Vertec radiator guard or something if you're really planning to thrash your bike. The radiator over here got a single cooling fan just like the Monster. On the Ducati Hypermotard 950 it got twin cooling fans. Considering it's single cylinder, it should be okay. The single cylinder engine appears to be a little bit bigger compared to KTM and Husky, and this is a tiny bit more powerful. KTM and Husky makes 75 horsepower and 74 newton meters of torque, while the Ducati makes 77.5 horsepower and 63 newton meters of torque. So power is up by couple of horsepowers, but the torque is low on this one compared to the Husky and KTM. Now it got the foot peg. It looks like exactly it's coming from the Hypermotard 950. The position of the brake pedal is lower. That's perfectly good, because when you tend to do the supermoto style of riding, your feet should not accidentally be touching on it, so it should be lower, and I really like that. Now coming on to the rear, got the Sachs monoshock. It's fully adjustable, and it got dual swing arm, got 245mm single disc floating caliper Brembo brakes at the back, light alloy wheels at the back. Coming over here, got a twin exhaust. It looks good compared to the KTM and the Husky. The good thing is that it got a heat shield in here to avoid accidental touchings on the exhaust, so that's a really good feature. Now coming over here in the front, it got a 15 tooth sprocket and 42 teeth sprocket at the back. Husky and KTM comes with a 16 tooth sprocket and 42 at the back. So smaller sprocket in the front helps with the acceleration, while the larger teeth in the front helps on KTM and Husky with the top speed. It does not come with a quick shifter. This is a standard variant. It does not come with a quick shifter. Now on the seat part of it, it looks to be a little bit wider compared to what is there in the KTM and Husky. Husky seat is definitely narrower, but coming towards the tank, it is a lot more wider in here, where Husky, the tank is located at the back. The tank has got a 12-liter capacity on the Ducati Hypermotard 698 mono, while the tank on the Husky at the back is about 13 liters. It got 3.8-inch LCD dash compared to barely nothing in KTM and Husky, and the instrument cluster is standard, just like the Monster and the Hypermotard and the Scrambler. Very easy to use and intuitive, and the switch cluster over here is also fairly easy to use. One thing I like to call out is the adjustability of the forks. There is a knob in here which helps you change the settings on the fork. KTM and Husky usually have it. This is the first time I'm seeing in Ducati. Usually it is a screwdriver kind of thing, but this is better and easier to adjust compared to the other models of Ducati. The front fork, it is a fully adjustable 45mm Marzocchi fork. It's a light golden color. It looks more appealing to the eyes. Now coming to the brake, got a 300 30 millimeter single disc Brembo M432 caliper. The one on Husky is a 320 millimeter Brembo M434 calipers. Standard, comes with ABS in the front. The front tire is 120/17, which is standard, and the rear tire is 160/60/17 compared to 180 on the Hypermotard 950. Now it rides from the company on Pirelli Diablo Rossa 4, and that's a good thing. Offers more grip on the track as well as on the road. Let's take a look at the Hypermotard 698 mono dash. Well, we really can call it a dash because it got a lot more information in here compared to the Husky and the KTM. Got 4 riding modes in here. The riding modes are, as you can see, sport, road, urban, and wet. And changing the riding modes in here is pretty easy, just like the KTM and Husky. And now I'm going to change to wet, and the riding mode got changed to wet. Now on top of 4 of these riding modes, which is there in 698 mono, it comes with launch control, it comes with traction control, it comes with quick shifter, especially on the RVE, and it also comes with wheelie control. Ducati says that it's pretty much easy to do a clutch up wheelie if you're doing the wheelie control at 1 or 2. I'm yet to get my hands on this one, but on my Husqvarna it's pretty much easy to do a clutch up wheelie. Ducati bikes, the wheelie control is more intrusive, but Ducati says it is much more easy to do wheelies on this one. Now on the RVE model, if you get the race exhaust, you will get the wheelie assist. The wheelie assist is not really an additional add-on on the menu. Once you get the Terminoni race exhaust, what happens automatically to the motorcycle is that the wheelie assist automatically kicks in on gears 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I don't think the wheelie assist automatically kicks in, but that's what it is. I do not know whether you can get the same thing on the standard model, but I have seen the Terminoni exhaust more on the RVE model. Structurally, the RVE model probably have some more stronger components, as I read, but I'm not really sure. The good thing is that the exhaust is got 2 levels of heat shield. One is a metal and the other one is a plastic. This is in the front and the rear. This is also a heat shield. This is really good compared to what is there on Husqvarna or KTM, where this is more exposed. On my Husky, I had to buy an additional carbon fiber heat shield just to protect my riding gear. So this is really good compared to what is there on Husky or KTM. Am I a big fan of the light alloy wheels? Not really. For an experienced person who is good with the wheelies and whatnot, this is perfectly okay. But for a beginner like me who is practicing to perfect the wheelies, I prefer the anodized spoke wheels. That's because it takes a lot more punishment compared to the cast alloy wheels on this one. Now, to reduce the weight further, Ducati has introduced lithium batteries on this one. Now, you cannot see the battery. This is where the battery usually goes in. But that's Ducati's target of getting this motorcycle even more lighter. Ducati has got the record of the lightest and the most powerful single-cylinder engine in the world, even though it is by a couple of horsepowers. They still got it. And this is how the underneath of the 698 looks like, and the seat comes over here pretty much standard, just like the Hypermotard 950. Another thing I like to call out here is that it got a foldable gear pedal. The good thing is that it is foldable. The reason I want to specifically call out is that when I took my Hypermotard 950 to the track, the gear pedal scratched on the ground and it ended up breaking. That's at that point of time I wish that the Ducati Hypermotard 950 had a folding pedal, but this one has got a foldable pedal, comes in from factory, so that's really good. So on the RVE it also got the foldable pedal, and you can see that the quick shifter comes in as standard on the RVE, while on the standard variant it does not come with the quick shifter, but you can buy this optionally and get this added on the standard variant. But I'm glad that the Ducati introduced the foldable gear pedal on this one compared to the non-flexible one on the Hypermotard 950. So I'm going to start the motorcycle to hear how the engine note is. I cannot idle it for a long time because the exhaust tend to get red hot if it is on the idle mode. If it is moving, it's perfectly okay. The air from the radiator will tend to cool it, but on an idling mode it is not really recommended to keep it and running. So let's hear. That's how the exhaust sounds like. Let's turn it off. The exhaust sounds a lot better compared to the Husky or the KTM. The Husky and the KTM engine, the build is different and the engine behavior is different. I really like the one in the Ducati because it sounds more civilized compared to the dirt bike oriented one on the Husky or the KTM. If you're a person who is used to looking at the mirror when you're riding, this mirror offers good visibility compared to what is there on Husky or KTM, and it is less vibey compared to Husky or KTM. The primary reason why this is less vibratory is that this engine is derived from the 1290 motorcycle, and they got a counterbalancing shaft in there. The less vibration on this motorcycle is because this engine is derived from a road-going bike, while on the Husky and KTM 690 or 701 it is derived from a dirt bike. So the road manners on this one is a lot better, while the off-road manners is a lot more better on the KTM 690 or the Husky 701. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm here at the Wheelie Sungaibuloh. I came here to service my Husky motorcycle. If you're here in Malaysia or around Wheelie, please come over and check out these motorcycles. I think they are giving it for test drive. I haven't got an opportunity to test drive these motorcycles yet, but hopefully I'll get the opportunity to do that. But if you are around, feel free to come over to Wheelie Sungaibuloh to check out these motorcycles. Thank you for watching.